Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, guys, we have been quite blessed to see this episode of Sword Hero and kind of getting an understanding of just where things can go in the future. Um, I'm not really surprised that certain like characters and aspects of the show are like completely just running along with each other. Like we haven't really gotten anything that hasn't really fit that well with this show, and I think that's one of the things that kind of have me very surprised that they're doing um, so well in the sense of just there's not a lot of negative things coming from like the way that they're doing these episodes in my opinion. But with that being said, this week's episode with just how they continue to keep the relationships and like the same energy with characters is kind of the thing I'm most fond about is how he treats royalty, how he doesn't really falter or back down on his beliefs of what he feels the royalty people are like. So not only are we seeing him pretty much give his full like opinion, or not opinion but his actual feelings, it's this weird notion that whenever we get um like character like story characters for example, sometimes they don't like keep up with what they stand for, and that's usually because of how certain aspects start to fall together. And that's what I'm saying with how the show is being built and how it's continuously staying on track of kind of what we've been given from the jump. That's what actually really surprises me, that they just continue to stick with it and give us more and more of that situation building and becoming even worse for the king the more and more he even speaks or talks. So it's those types of things that really keep me uh, interested and excited in something that when you start one part of it and then all of a sudden, the character like accepts them and gives up on being mad or something like that, it just doesn't feel like you have to do something to earn that, like you have to, by doing that, show the audience that whatever it is that was done in the first place has been like right, or done better than it was in the previous time. So it just doesn't feel like that's ever going to really happen with the king, including the way he's going about still treating someone who's a hero and supposedly supposed to save your place, but yet you're treating him as if he's the one who's under trial, or like the one that's the evil person of this all. So it's not going to look too good on him when the shield hero saves the whole entire world and he kind of has to swallow his pride and thank him and everything. So those are the types of things I'm really looking forward to, is see when someone who never thought they were wrong be proven wrong. Like show him or them that they're 100% wrong and that they don't know what they're talking about. And that's what this episode kind of dabbles on and gives us Melly or Meaty or whatever to pretty much be like, hey, I really need you to work with my father. Nah, he's royalty. I won't work with him. And then it's, hey, I need you to work with the shield hero. Nah, he's a scum. I won't work with him. Like she just has the worst job out of everybody. She literally has to get the two people who hate each other the most to work together. And not to mention the fact that the shield hero has the right, in my opinion, to hate everybody. So to think that you're trying to now force him to kind of even work together with somebody that did the things that they did to him is kind of dumb. But we got to be fair and be like, she don't know about what really happened behind the closed doors, you know, like it's a reason why they did all the things they did at the time they did it, because for one thing the queen wasn't there. It was a big thing I noticed is the queen wasn't there. um the whole entire like evening that happens like that, and then when the queen is aware of some of the things that are going on, all of a sudden, you know, things don't seem too bleak. Things are working in both sides, you know, like all of a sudden we're getting somebody to help out everything. So it's kind of one of those instances where you learn so much more from just watching instead of them explaining, because as soon as she shows up, she's handling everything. You know, she's making sure everything is going quite well for not only the hero, but she's still allowing her daughter, or like the people who are watching her daughter who cheats, she's still getting being able to cheat, but at the same time, she's still losing. So, regardless of seeing, um, you know, regardless of them seeing that type of action or whatever, they're still not doing anything um, relatively groundbreaking. You know, they're not destroying rules and stuff like that. So, because uh, the shield hero is in such a weird position in this week's episode, it kind of gives me the feeling that we haven't gotten any real reason to trust the overall government. And I think that's the part that really sucks the most about this whole scenario, or like the royalty, is we don't know what they could have planned at any given time. This special is sick. Um, and because we don't know what they have planned, oh my god, that's sick. We kind of just have to guess. We kind of just have to go with the flow. And I think that's another reason why the show is so interesting right now, is you never know with what's going to like come next. And from what I can tell, a lot could happen, but at the same time, they don't need to necessarily do it all as of now. They can still hold back and do it at their own pace, and I think that's what we're already getting, and that's what I love. Do things at your own pace, make the show slow if you have to make it feel a lot more flushed out. Things like that are what people are truly looking for. We don't really care about, you know, I mean, we do care about how the battles look and how the battles play out. It's just we care more about if we're even going to get those battles. You know, if we get those battles, are they done right? Are they just done because you're doing them and you know they're going to be fire, like people are going to watch regardless, or are you putting in all the details of why the battle's happening and things like that? So to now talk about the real battle, the real battle that takes place this week. My God, that was absolutely ridiculous this week, guys. Um, Watching one girl absolutely solo, um, not only one group, but two groups of like, you know, she bodies the heroes, you know, she bodies the spear and the sword. But then she goes ahead and she's like, you know what? I'll just body everybody that gets in my way. I'll just keep bodying all of you. And that's exactly what she does, which is just nuts to me. Um, she pretty much looked like she captured, like, all the lightning attacks that the other heroes did seemingly were just like fodder, and she used them like to her own. Like she literally got those abilities and just used them on her fan. The other thing is she does kind of remind me of like one of the women of royalty, like just the way she was coming off of, like the way she was talking, her overall persona, just that type of stuff really gave me the feeling of her being, you know, something much more than she's letting on. And of course, once we see her fighting, you can definitely tell she's a lot stronger than she's letting on, which then draws the question, why did it feel like she was holding back at all this time? Like, if she really wanted to win the wave, or if the only thing she's here for is to win the wave, why would she hold back at all? And then, not to mention, when the wave was down to about a minute, it said that they already had like failed. Like they are, it said a big fail sign popped up for Nagami. So it's like, does that mean if you don't do it within a certain time limit, you're going to lose regardless, you know? So it's things like that that they're kind of dabbling in that really um, helps the narrative of the story, or their narration of the story, and kind of help me understand where they could be going with all of this. Because, to be fair, I didn't mean to do that. There is a lot of nuance in this show. Like, there's just a lot of characters that you don't expect to do stuff. And right now, one of my favorite characters is our homegirl. Oh god. One of my favorite characters is girl, who, like the bird, who's literally doing 8 kicks at one time, and after doing such, the the person they're fighting just pretty much laughing it off and being like, "Oh yeah, that was cute, but you can't touch me with that." And then they go into rage mode and try to touch her and just can't even lay a finger on her, guys. Like, this is the type of stuff that I expect from this show. And because it went so ham, I honestly recommend everybody to expect so much more dope battles in the future. The only part that was like lackluster about the fight was just the fact that all the heroes got knocked out the way that they did. Like, they all attack and they all fell at the same time, so they all lose, you know. Like, that just felt kind of lame, but I understand why they do it. So we pretty much have a reason for the shield hero to even be more confident about himself than ever before. Because as of right now, let's say that the shield hero is, you know, the level that he is, and he's the same level as everybody else. Even though he's at seemingly the same level as them, he's still doing more. He's still giving a better fighting chance for, Nagami is giving a way much better fighting chance for the people. And unlike the heroes, you know, the shield, or the spear and all them, they're kind of just in the way in this fight, you know? So it's like, holy crap, bro. Like, they actually slowed him down for once. And I mean, for once is a bad way to say it, but for this time and this moment, it's their fault that they can't keep up or even help. So they should have been helping a bit, like how they said, shouldn't you be helping a village or something? Like, no, you guys should be helping a village because you're trash. You shouldn't even be here helping to fight against a soul eater, let alone against this chick. So we're getting a very interesting way of showing that not only is our main character becoming quite godlike, or in the sense of, like, not only does he have a high level, as the same level as the others, but he's still doing more than all the others. What's stopping us from, really seeing him as the end all be all savior compared to everybody else? And ooh, 300 combo. Okay, I can do that. And I think that's the fact that why I love this show so much. They are not afraid to continue this notion of these other heroes are more trouble than they are helpful, and because of that, we need to make sure that our main character is literally watching out for what even they do and take care of the trash that they leave behind. So that's the type of stuff we're dealing with already in this week. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see even more of that type of stuff happening. Oh crap, they're all powered up. But yeah, I'm very surprised that this episode came out the way it did. Like, I thought the girl that they were fighting was gonna just actually, you know, give those other oh my god, she just blew me up. Give those other heroes some reason why they might actually grow, and maybe why they would actually have some more helpful abilities or something along those lines. But seemingly that wasn't the case. They are now kind of just useless for Nagami in the sense of he has no real help. So hopefully that changes in the future and they become very helpful, or at least they can take on some of the grunts easier than they were this week and not get caught up with monsters that are continuously coming back to life, so they're not even really doing anything. They're just literally rinsing and repeating the same fight over and over. But yeah, honestly, I was surprised that Nagami ran away at any time during this fight. I was like, where is he going, bro? Like, is he just literally giving up? But it said failed, so it was like a waste of time for him to be there regardless. So with that, my anime people, I hope you guys had an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am the Anime G, and I hope you guys subscribe for more content from me daily. I might be dropping a video later on today, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notification bell ring-a-ding-dinged on so you get notified instantly when I drop a video. So with that, take care everybody, and peace.